Such a queen, you deserve luxury, oh. Play the game, roll the dice like casino. You will see I'm the one like Neo. Gonna be, come and jump on me. Gonna be running me, put your love on me. I mean, you drive me crazy. Then when I call you baby, you my lady.
Yo, what's happening? We're back once again. It's the High Level Podcast. We are at, 18 now? 18
That's it.
In the books. I love it. We have a special guest today. This is 18, yeah. 18 already. But we have a very special guest in the house today. I'm going to let Vinnie P do the intro for that. So take it away, Vin.
Yeah, sure. Today's super exciting. So we got Philly G in the house. Philly G is...
I wish I had the... Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, we can add it in.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah, but no, Philly is a good friend of mine. I've known him for, 10 years now?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Something like that, yeah. Shout out Cord.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Yo, I was just telling somebody, I was just like, oh, I'm going to do this podcast with my man Vinnie. And they're like, oh yeah, where you know him from? I was like, honestly, I don't even remember at this point who introduced me to him. I've known him for so long.
That's how long it's been.
Yeah, no, we met back when I was going to Endicott. My buddy Cord introduced us because I had to film a documentary for college. And who better than someone that was shooting or writing a couple songs, so I wanted to document the process.
That's dope.
Yeah, and that
was
was
fire.
10.
Oh, crazy.
It was 10 years ago, and he was nasty then, and he's nasty
now.
Yeah,
For
dude.
real.
Yeah, so thanks for coming, dude. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having
it's
me,
fire.
man. Thanks for all the work we've been doing throughout the years.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, it's been dope. Let's just jump right into it. I don't want to
Hold on.
Yeah, go
Every
for it.
time I say we're gonna jump into shit, you guys come for my neck. So hold on now. We're gonna start off right now like this.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you're gonna just jump right into it, Vinny. We're going for it.
I'm gonna be that guy.
We're going
today.
for it.
That's my job.
Go ahead. All right. Now that I got that out the way and out my system,
No,
go ahead.
I deserve that.
Blast off, son.
I wanna gloss over some of the the simpleton shit, influences and that kind of bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm sure you're sick of getting asked that question, but for the people that don't know you, why don't you give us a quick snippet of who you are in your words, what you're up to, and kind of those simple questions, what got you into it, who are your inspirations, that kind of shit. We'll just get that out of the way up front.
Yeah.
Quick recap, who I am. Philly G. My name's Phil. Last name starts with a G. Pretty simple.
Gang.
That's what everybody called me growing up. I got into music as long as I can remember back, being alive. My father's a drummer, and so I've been drumming.
I love drums.
Yeah, so grew up a drummer. My whole life thought I was going to be a drummer. Went to Berklee, started rapping. It's kind of weird thinking about it because, it's my whole life I thought I was going to be a drummer, and then I just stopped when I got to Berklee because I like rapping. And I just started rapping, joined a band, did a lot of cool shit with Viva La Hop. That was the band I was in. I was the rapper. And then I just been recording ever since, honestly.
Sick.
Yeah, the your earlier shit is dope because I'm a 90s baby, and we were talking about it before the pod.
Yeah.
How your excuse me. Your style is reminiscent of that, and Kyle was saying how you reminded him of Redman and that type of shit. Your newest track that I've heard come to me is very different than what you had been doing. Mm-hmm. Definitely more reggae, absolutely less hip hop.
So fire.
It's fire.
But
Vibe.
It's wicked sick.
Absolute vibe.
But how did you make that kind of transition? Because that's so different than what you've done in the past.
Right. I think I just, I always wanted to. I just didn't really have the confidence to sing, I guess, for a long time.
Right.
And it just really felt natural, you met my mother once. So,
Yep.
She's not from here. She's African, from Ghana. So we always just, African music was always a thing, so just naturally, just listening to it all the time.
Right.
Just tried it. It's I tell anybody it's rapping was my hobby. So it's all kind of in the same umbrella.
Right.
So it was okay, I did this hobby for so long. I'm going to kind of try something different.
See where you can take it.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to do when you have a microphone in your house, So
right.
it's
and you already knew the vibes, like you said, from growing up with that kind of vibe in your house, you know, that's like instinct to you almost at that point. Like you understand what it takes to make a song like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
So when is it coming out? What's it called? Where can people find it? That kind of stuff.
Okay. I got a new project coming.
Yeah.
It's called Before Summer Ends. It's going to drop before the summer ends. Mid-August.
Sick.
I'm not going to put a date on it until probably a week before.
Nice.
I'm not trying to go crazy with the promo. I don't know, really, you know, not going to overdo this.
Right.
Just kind of something I wanted to get off because it's what I've been working on. It's been a pretty fun ride. I did all these songs in June. So they're all new songs, you know?
Right, yeah.
So I just wanted to do something. I haven't released any music in a long time. And I've been singing and doing this type of stuff for the last 2 years, 2.5, kind of practicing on my own.
Right.
So I thought it's a good time. Why not?
So is that something that's like, pending how people take this album, is that something that like if it's perceived well and people are rocking with that vibe, is you just going to continue to make more music like that? Are you going to keep switching it up, or are you just going to ride the wave, see what happens, see what you're feeling when you get in the booth?
Yeah, I'm going to definitely keep switching it up.
Yeah.
I like that, like playing with your sound and stuff. Like,
You know, at this point, I'm a lot older. You know, I'm not like chasing a rap career at this point.
Right.
You know, I'm still involved. You know, and I've had a long history of doing a lot of cool things for a long time. So I feel pretty like I like my resume when I look back on it. You
Right.
know, like yeah, I'm not like a rap superstar and don't have like a bunch of followers. Like it was just different for me. You know, I never
Right.
considered myself a rapper to begin with. Which is kind of crazy. It's like now when I talk to a lot of people, I've always said I'm a musician, you know.
Right.
That's what I am first, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all like you never stop being a musician,
right.
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, like you asked if I've been doing like any other pods and stuff like that, and like I haven't been because I'm just kind of past all the heavy promo. Like I am who I am at this point.
Right. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, I got my network, you know, like, and still having a good time with it. So that's what I'm at.
Word. I mean, because for what it's worth, like, you know, I have a lot of catching up to do because I'm just obviously getting hip now because of Vinnie. But from what I've heard, man, like, you can spit. You have that sound that, like, not everybody has. Just, like, physically how you sound on the mic. It's almost like Pop Smoke. Like, you just have that captivating voice. So, like, that's something huge, I'm sure, that helps you out. Because, you know, you hear that voice in the mic, bro. You're like, whoa. It's not something that you hear every day. So that's fire. That's what I noticed. But I think this new project is going to do really well for you because I think that sound is perfect for you. You know, just like off that one single that you have out, I think that you found a good lane to be in musically.
Appreciate that.
No doubt.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, and I think as like as someone who has been listening to your music for a long time, one of like the tracks that always stood out to me in terms of what you're actually talking about was that Transparency track, specifically the end, where I'm paraphrasing, but you're basically just like, I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say, even if it's good, because I'm just doing me. And I think like that line
I love that.
kind of speaks a lot to what you're doing now, where it's like, it sounds like you're doing it for you, you're doing it because you love it, and like this is the most recent project that's out there. And I think that's probably one of the most like dangerous times for someone like you in a good way, like a good kind of dangerous, because like the gloves are off, you got nothing to lose, you don't give a shit if anyone likes your music or not because you're doing it for you. And quite frankly, like Kyle said, like your voice sounds like it's supposed to be on a microphone, quite frankly.
100%, yeah.
Like honest to God, like
Yeah,
it really does.
You got a radio voice, as they say.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I've been getting that since I was like 20 years old. Yeah. Honestly, I always say like as soon as I started smoking Fanto, everybody was like, "Yo, your voice is like you got a good voice."
Raspy, bro.
Which is crazy because when I first started, my voice was the issue. You know, it wasn't like low and raspy like it is now. Honestly, I don't know.
I guess I grew up or whatever, you know. It took me a long time to grow a beard too. Like,
I feel you, bro. Believe me, you don't
So-
want to see me without a beard.
yeah, but yeah, that's what the compliment I get the most is that like I have a good voice.
Yeah,
just like a
sonically
speaking
Yeah.
voice.
Oh yeah. And I think it like, and you can. There's not many people who have a distinct sound like that, like Jadakiss, Pop Smoke. Like I can't name many other people who have that just distinct motherfucking sound. And you
Yeah.
definitely have that distinct sound, and you can use that shit to your advantage all day.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
I mean, everyone's like copying everyone's style now too, so it's
Yeah.
nice to
Be
hear something
way
new.
different.
And like, and not for nothing too, like I love the local artist of any form, whether, you know, if you're doing rock or you're doing whatever you're doing, rap, hip hop, whatever. I love it when I hear music that you can the difference basically between like someone who is a SoundCloud rapper versus someone who actually makes music, just the quality of the music and like
Yes.
all the quality of your music from what I've heard so far is fire. And like, I think people underestimate the difference that can make. Like someone could hear you that never knew you before and they'd be like, oh, who's this, thinking that it's somebody big and famous and all this shit just because your music's produced so well.
Yeah,
so
good quality.
that's another like kudos and hats off to you and the people you work with to make your music, because again, it makes all the difference in the world, dude. So
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean that shit just comes with time, you know.
Oh yeah.
Luckily, like I've removed all my early shit off the internet
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all like the bad quality shit, because that's like something that I heard for a long time. They're like, yeah, you gotta get your shit sounding more professional. Like,
Yeah.
like your mixes aren't smacking like this,
Right.
like every
It
other.
makes the difference. It really does.
Yeah.
So
And that's kind of the same ballpark here too. Like when I was researching all the equipment I needed, like I knew it wasn't going to be the most high end set and everything. You know, I don't have thousands of dollars to start this up, but, you know, but from what we've accomplished here, like we've been doing great with what we got. And so it just goes to show, you know, you got to invest a little bit too. You can't just go cheap all the time. You got to like really invest in yourself and what you're trying to do. So
spin that bag for sure.
you got to.
Yeah.
Are you at the point where like you're releasing things on your own schedule because you want to, or do you have like a goal for albums, EPs, singles that you want to be releasing now that you're starting to make music again, or are you just kind of dipping your toe and seeing what happens?
I released like 1 or 2 songs in the last 3 years, right? At this point, I never stopped recording. So I just have a lot, you know? So I do plan on like dropping this mid-August and then dropping something before the year is over.
Cool.
That's like all my rap shit that I've been holding on to.
Yeah, you got stuff in the hard drive.
Yeah, you know, like the music's not as fun, you know, so I'll wait till it gets a little colder.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I mean. I kind of figured the question. But, this project is a crazy story, actually. I tore my Achilles on May 26th.
Oh,
Get into it.
So this story is actually nuts. So I tore my Achilles last week of May, hooping. I tore my other Achilles the last week of May. So what I'm saying is, I tore my left one like 7 years ago.
and then
Seven,
you told
eight.
the right one.
Yeah, and then I
No,
just
you-
tore the other one. So it's my second time going through the surgery. So I got
Damn.
the surgery like end of May, and I was just miserable in the crib. You can't do shit.
Right.
Oh my god.
But I made all these songs.
You made music.
I made like 12 songs. I'm gonna release like 7 of them,
Okay.
or like 5 or 6 of them with like 2 older ones.
Right.
But yeah, this is like my Achilles surgery recovery mixtape. For sure. Yeah, but it really got me through because like I had a lot of time in the crib. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
like
A lot of downtime.
man,
Why not make music?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was miserable.
No
if I
brainer.
didn't.
Because it's easy to like slip into a depression and like
Get into your own head.
get
Nah,
into your own
crazy,
head. So keep
crazy.
yourself busy doing something that you actually like.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
music.
Facts. Let me ask you this: who inspires you? Like, who inspires your music?
I've listened to a lot of Burna Boy. I can't even lie to you.
Really?
I love Burna Boy.
Like a lot. I wouldn't say anybody else's name right now because I've been listening to like so many people.
Mm-hmm.
But like definitely him.
Heavy influence.
Yeah,
Bet.
for sure.
I like that. Burna Boy.
How do you feel about the, I guess, like the exposure of Afro beats now? I feel like it's like a lot more mainstream these past, like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years.
I think it's
the homie
cool.
Thames.
Yeah, no, that shit's
I think
definitely
it's
blown
Burna
up.
Boy.
I think it's just a combo. Everybody's going crazy in Africa right now.
Yeah.
It's like Africa's lit right now.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so lit over there.
Well,
Like, the
'cause-
music scene is crazy.
Because I feel like even rappers now are kind of going in, like, they don't make whole projects like that, but, like, they'll do, like, a single that has
yeah.
that vibe. Like, I don't know, someone like Drake or, you know, like a Tory Lanez or somebody will make that kind of vibe. And, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's dope. There's been a lot of dope artists there for a long time, and now it's
Time for
cool.
them to get their
Yeah,
flowers.
they're getting their money now. They're getting world tours and shit. That's fire.
Yeah.
And it allows me to release a project like I'm about to release and not look super like out of left field.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
But no, I think it doesn't even matter. Like that, the song we listened to, I feel like anybody could put that on. Like, dude, as soon as I heard that, I saw moving. Like, if you can make music in any category that gets somebody moving, people are gonna rock with it. So
Music is a universal language.
Yeah.
You don't have to understand the words.
if
Like,
you can move your body to it,
Yeah.
people are probably gonna like it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and you have that going for you in that lane of music. So
For sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what that lane of music is all about. You know,
100%.
Which is fire. Like, I could maybe say like 8 bars on the whole song and just let the beat play. And it could be a good
100%.
song.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? They're way easier to make. I'll say that. You know,
Yeah.
way
You don't have
easier.
to say as much.
yeah.
You don't have to say as much. You don't have to. It's not about like crazy rhyme schemes.
Yeah.
and
Right.
It's about the
setups
vibe.
And, yeah, it's just the
Yeah.
vibes. You know, vibes is way more fun to make.
100%. Yeah.
For me right now. You know.
Because you can feel that more.
Yeah, no, that song is a lot of fun to listen to. I was saying to Phil outside, like, I could easily see that being played in a club.
Oh,
and seeing,
100%.
like,
Absolutely.
a bunch of fucking chicks dancing to it.
There's
Yup.
no question, dude.
So you said there's like 4 or 5 tracks on this one? The project you're putting
It's
out?
gonna be 7 songs.
7?
Yeah.
Nice. Who were you working with to put them together? Did you have a engineer, producer?
Yeah, I've been working at Suitcase Studio. He's like a pretty solid engineer.
Nice.
Word.
He goes by Suitcase.
You were telling us outside that a couple of years ago you did a project with a new producer every 7 months. I kind of want to hear about that a little bit more because that was pretty cool. And like what went
Yeah.
into that as a whole? Like looking back, how was that experience as a whole?
That was dope. That was like really actually dope as shit.
That's a lot of work right there.
Yeah, but that was right when COVID hit. Well, like I'm not gonna say right when COVID hit because I was in the crib like everybody else, but like as soon as niggas started like
Yeah.
mingling,
Right.
you know,
It was like,
Social
all right, we're cooking
distancing.
now.
yeah. So
Cooking
I,
with grease.
there was a Mozzie, my homie Mozzie. He's a producer. Flip Jackson. I did some shit with my man Deshaun. Damn, I'm actually like blanking on who the other producers were.
You got like 4 out of the 7.
Yeah, not crazy. But regardless, I'll have to look at the tapes. I can't remember all the tapes off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But it was cool. You know, everybody has a different vibe, and that was the best part about it.
Right.
You know, and I'm kind of like a chameleon. I'm pretty laid back guy. Just try to blend in is kind of like my
Yeah.
my way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so it was cool to work with different people and blend in their way and make different types of hip hop. You know.
So, where a lot of these guys, do they have similar creative processes? Like, is it easy for you to readjust to each producer's way of like, okay, this is how I'd like some people come in with lyrics and then they want to build a song off the lyrics as opposed to an engineer's going to hand you a beat and say, you know, what's the creative process is like for that?
It's different with each producer.
Yeah.
Some of them would send me the beat ahead of time, and I'll write to it, and then go and record it with them, and they'd be just like doing that thing.
Right.
Others, I would show up, he would play me beats in the studio, and we'd pick one and do one, and like that. But it doesn't really matter to me at this point.
You're just ready to cook. It don't matter.
Ready to cook. It's like
Musician.
my
That's a real
favorite thing to do.
musician.
You
Yeah.
know? It's like really like my favorite thing to do. Besides like hooping, like
being in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you, bro, because the time I've spent in studios with, like I was saying before, with some of the people that I know that make music, it's such a vibe. And also to just be someone in there to just chill. Like, I'm in there chilling, I'm not in there actually making music, and it's super dope to just be in different settings and just see the creative. Like, some people want 300 people in the studio with bottles of Henny and everybody smoking. Some people are like, yo, I need 5 people here, that's it, and it's mad quiet and dim lit. So, like, and just see how people cook in that process is like fire. Like, I love being in the studio when people are cooking, just because it's interesting to me to see like the whole process, and then you see the end result, and it's like, damn, all of this, the whole vibe, the whole atmosphere can sometimes go into the song you're making.
Yep.
So it's cool.
Yeah. For the most part, it was like never more than 4 people.
Yeah, you keep it small in the studio.
I just like, I'm here alone, you know.
Right,
I go
right.
most places alone, you know. Like,
You just said you keep it low key, you blend in.
yeah,
Nothing
you
wrong
know,
with that at all.
I'm a very out the way type of person. So if there's gonna be other people in the studio, most of the time, whoever the engineer is, or if I'm rapping with somebody, they might have brought them. But it can only bring so many people, you know. So it's
Right.
never
Right.
if I'm not bringing anybody. So
What gets like the creative juices flowing for you when you're in the studio?
just hearing the music, honestly, get nice, just smoke. I don't really drink like that, honestly, especially when I record. But just catch a vibe and then try some shit. I'm always like listening to beats in the car, also.
Right.
So I'm like always
It's always on the
Cooking
mind.
in your
like,
head, yeah.
always cooking.
I like that.
Yeah.
I hear most, like a lot of people I know that make music say the same thing. They're just constantly listening to beats, or if they have a couple bars, they'll pull their phone out, make a note, stuff like that. And also a lot of people I know that make music don't really write. They'll go in, spit 4 bars, stop it, 4 more bars, and they just cook it that way. So, again, it just goes to show a million ways you can fucking decorate a cake. It's all going to taste the same, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, there's a million ways to cook a song and cook a beat, and at the end, you're going to get a certain result, you know?
I was gonna say too, like, depending on, for lack of a better word, why you're there. Like, if you're there to make a beat, make a track, like, you don't necessarily want a party going on in the background. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
So,
some
like,
people need that
For
to
sure.
get
That's
into
what
their
gets their
creative.
for
flow,
sure.
You know what I
like
mean?
juices going. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if that would work for me. I'd be too distracted.
I mean, just sitting down with Philly G in the short amount of time we've been here, I can tell that's not his vibe. Like, because like you said, you're very...
Yeah, like
You know
low
what I
key.
mean?
I like that though.
Yeah, I've probably been in the studio with Phil a handful of times. Nothing crazy. And how he explained it is exactly what it is. It's usually like him, an engineer, maybe someone's friend, and that's it. Usually, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's like a vibe I've never been in. Because like everybody I know that makes music is like, it's like a party, bro. It's like
Yeah.
people coming and going. Like,
The
it's
entourage
wild,
and
bro.
everything, yeah.
It really is. And
I've
it's
been
like,
involved in some of those sessions too, but
Not
for
your
the most
vibe.
part, it's not that it's not my vibe, but it's just like it's not the norm for me.
Yeah.
You know? It's like I'll get with it if it's time to get with it, and like, you know, like you said, some people need 100 niggas in the studio, you know. So it's like shit, whatever. If not, we're just cooling then, you know.
right.
You know, I went to school, so I spent a lot of time in the studio. So most of the time, it's like somebody would like book the studio, like, and then have it for a block of hours, and then they would just like hit me and be like, "Oh, I have the studio if you want to come use it."
Word.
Nice.
You know,
Take
like,
advantage of the
cool, yeah.
opportunity type shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they had like a lot of them in the building. So
Word.
That's what's up. Dude, that Viva La Hot band you were with when you were in school was pretty fun. Like a funky fucking hip hop fusion type thing.
Really?
Like fucking trombones and saxophones and shit.
Sick.
Ooh, I'm
Yeah,
a
dude.
saxophone lover.
Yeah, it was.
I'm a
was fun.
saxophone lover.
yeah, interesting. That's like a whole. That's like a whole
That was
nother
a time.
That's a whole nother time.
chapter. It's crazy that I can even say that. Because at this point, what year is it? 24?
24. Almost over.
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
I was gonna say, I watched the YouTube video on my way here. It was posted 9 years ago.
Oh my god!
So yeah.
We had a crazy run. That was some college shit, like a crazy run. Honestly, I can say that.
But what else are you supposed to do when you go to Berklee? You got to join a band or do
Of
something. You know what I
course.
mean?
Dude, and those shows were a shitload of fun. I think I only went to one, but it was a fucking blast. Like, because there's like live band and hip hop.
I love live music of any
I
form.
was gonna say I love a good concert.
Yeah, and I'm like a relatively decent jazz fan, like funk fan.
Same.
So like that whole vibe that you guys were doing was so my speed.
Yeah.
It like wasn't even funny. Shit was dope.
Yeah, no,
Sick.
that was definitely a time, you know. It's like all part of the journey, you know. I started rapping when I was like 18, 19. I started recording, like making songs, you know. And since then, I've done like a lot of different shit. Went through a lot of different eras, like 4 or 5 different eras. The Viva La Hop shit was the most influential one, though.
Yeah.
Like,
How so? Why?
it was just the most life changing. Like, up until that point, like I had, and you had been around for a long time, so like you were there before that, so you know that I was just trying to figure out like where I fit in this scene,
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I knew I was talented. Like I've always been, my whole life I've been super musically gifted. You know, like, and then when I started rapping, it was just another thing that I could do musically.
Right.
And so I was just trying to figure out how I was gonna like make a print, you know, like
Right.
that was all I really wanted, you know. Even to this day, it's like I just want niggas to know that I was solid in this, like it was a part of me, you know. So
Right.
when I say the Viva La Hop shit, because that was like the validation, the first time I ever got some like validation, you know?
Right.
Because like we built that shit from the ground up.
Yeah.
And then I ended up going on like 5 or 6 tours with them.
That's sick, dude.
And like rap took me places I'd never been. Like we're talking like
Right.
all up and down the East Coast type shit, like playing like colleges and festivals and
Right.
like it was like, because like live music is different than hip hop.
Of
yeah.
course.
You know, it's like even if you're making hip hop live, like with the live band, it's in a whole different genre.
Of
Like,
course.
so in that genre, the live music like category, you get different opportunities.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so I felt blessed because I had a lot of, you know, by the time I was 26, like there wasn't too many people in the state of Massachusetts that had done more rap shows than me, you know, like shows, like actual shows.
Right.
Like, so I got a lot of experience. The band was like pretty popular in the city. So I was like getting that type of attention,
Yeah.
I should say. And then money, you know, like I was like getting paid to rap all the time. Like,
It's like
I was like,
that's
this
the
is like,
That's the
dream.
best
Yeah.
part.
That's the dream.
yeah, like, and I was like, okay, like,
I can do this.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
we had like an amazing run. Like it sucks that it like had to end, and it did, but you know, those are my guys,
Right.
like to this day, and everybody's kind of in. You know, when I say everybody in the band, you know, there was like
13 of you, wasn't there?
yeah, but there's like a solid like core, you know?
Foundation of
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
so like we're all still very close, and everybody is out doing their own thing, like well, like at a
Right.
high level, like everybody's killing it in whatever they do. Like
Right.
my saxophone player is like the saxophone player,
Nice.
like you know, like
Yeah.
the keyboard nigga, like it's my man's. He like plays for everybody, like type shit. So that's really why I say the Viva La Hop shit was the most. And but I remember what I was trying to say earlier, because coming out of the Viva La Hop shit was like the band stuff ended, and then me and the other rapper Balin, who was like, it's just crazy that I don't even get asked about Balin anymore.
I was going to.
Oh, okay.
I was going to get there.
Who's waiting on it?
Yeah, it's just crazy because he like how influential like that man was like to my rap career, honestly. But when he moved away like 2018 or 19, and then COVID happened, and then I was just dolo. Long story short, I was dolo in this, and then so I was like, I gotta start making music alone, you know. So that's when I did the mixtape a month.
Right. Just flooded the streets with the tunes, bro.
Yeah, so I was like, I gotta get like meet some people in the scene. Like,
Right.
I've been in my whole Viva La Hop bubble, like
Time to
umbrella.
branch out.
And
Time
like,
to spread your wings.
yeah, and it was all Berklee based, you know. It was like So when everybody started leaving after college, because Berklee, like, it's like 90% people from out of state or out of country or whatever. So everybody left. And then Balin was like stayed. And so me and him we were like doing the damn thing, and then he moved. And so I had to figure it out.
Start over again.
Start over again. Like, just kept a new chapter, you know?
Right. And that's what it's about, though, because that also, you know, it gives you, when you look back on it, more fulfillment to know that, you know, I started here, I did this, then I did this, then I did this, and then next thing you know, you're looking at this whole list and all these things you've done, and, like, you can have that accomplished feeling in the end. And it's funny because you were talking about shows, too. That was going to be something I was going to ask you about, was, like, do you see yourself, like, doing any shows, you know, in the future, or you just kind of just want to make your music and put it out and let it be, or like what do you think?
It's hard to say, you know. It's hard to say. Every time I think I'm like done and chilling, like something happens. I'll get a call or like.
Right. So you're not opposed to it, but you're not planning for it.
I'm not planning for it, but I know it's coming. You know, shows just think somebody will call me for you know. Like,
right.
And like I said, like all my friends are out doing music across the country and stuff. Like somebody will call me every time I get calls like, come do this show. I need a verse on this. Like, so it'll always be something that's a part of me. You know,
right.
Like,
nice. How often are you writing for people? Like, how often do your homies hit you up and like and say I need a verse for this? Not that often, but it's happened.
No, my dog, like Deshaun D Vibes. Shout out to D Vibes. He's like the guy right now.
Hell yeah.
Like and he calls me. We talk all the time, and he's sending me beats all the time. Like I'm actually backed up on his beats. Like, so he's always just like feeding me stuff. So he's keeping me going. Like, we built that bond in the band. Like, and he's like on the road with everybody. Like, he's in Japan right now playing with.
That's crazy.
Kingfish, like
really?
the blues guy. Like,
wow.
Like,
but that's cool for you too, though, because like you said, you're not just a rapper, you're a musician. So you have other lanes of music and other connections in music outside of just rap, which is dope.
For sure.
Which expands a lot.
So
more
many
too.
different avenues that you can go down. Like, you could turn around and say, fuck it, like, I'm going to drum for a bit. And you can go do that thing. And then you can say, fuck it, I'm going to rap again. Like, you have options, which is great. You're not just in one lane, which is huge.
Yeah.
But, sorry, to answer your question in one word, sentence, not enough people are asking me. You know?
Hit him up.
Yeah, you heard it here.
Just hit me.
You need the bars, hit Philly G, because he's
do
got
all
them
that
for
shit.
you.
You know, ghostwrite, features, whatever.
Dude, and like you write fun music. Like, you really do. So like, and I know you write serious music too and like all that shit, but like your music's fun to listen to.
Yeah.
So if anyone is looking for like a fucking bop, like Phil's the guy to go to.
Absolutely. It's not hard to listen to at all.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so pleasing.
Like, I probably listened to like 15 of your songs, all newer songs, right? But every single one of them was easy to listen to. Like, I didn't skip not one of them. Like, not even just saying, I would tell you if I did, because I'm a very straightforward guy. Like, I didn't skip one song I listened to by you so far. So, and I feel like today's day and age, like, there's something to be said about that, because everyone's like, boom, 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 until they find the bop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The bop.
The bops.
Facts. Nah,
Yeah, but no,
good looks. Appreciate
No doubt,
it.
yeah, bro. Honestly,
Appreciate y'all listening.
it's dope, and I'm happy to. We're happy to have you on, and you know, and give a space for you to talk about what, you know, everything you have going on, your new project, and to also for people that don't already know about you, to give you another platform for those people to find your shit and get hip. I mean,
what are you like listening to right now? What's in heavy rotation for you lately?
I got Spotify. I just do the liked playlist. Like, I'll like a song, and like whatever's the first like 5 songs on it is like repeat.
Yeah.
I'm that type of dude. Like, drive my shorty crazy. Like, I want to listen to the same
playlist.
shit.
Yo, I'm the same way, truly.
But you're such an album listener. Like, I'll be in the car with him, like, damn, we're really gonna listen to this whole album.
Yeah, like,
you're not gonna switch.
I don't
the
know
vibe?
why I've always been that way musically, like, because I feel like in order to judge a project as a whole, you have to listen to the whole album. You have to listen to it the way they lay the track list out. There's a reason why artists, and I'm sure you know and agree, there's a reason most people lay a track list in a certain way for a certain reason. So in order to truly get a feel for what that album is, you got to listen from 1 to 10 or 12 or whatever it is, in my opinion anyway.
I can't. I'm a playlist girl. Give me like a whole, like I'm like more of a vibe. Like if I'm in a 90s vibe, give me a 90s playlist. If I'm in like a rock vibe, give me like punk. Like I like to listen to a whole bunch.
Yeah, I feel both of that. You know, but it's funny. Like I was laughing at myself when you were just saying that because something about Massachusetts creates like real hip hop heads. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
like
Yeah.
yo,
I agree,
it's
bro.
crazy.
I agree. You know why? It's because we don't have that music culture the way New York does, the way Atlanta does, in terms of like big time people that make it out of here. You know what I mean? Like at this point in the game, we really only have Millies. And like he's solidified in my opinion, but he's not like, you can't play Millie's shit on the radio. You know, so that kind of limits him. But you're absolutely right. It's insane. We're very opinionated about music in this region of the country. Like,
I just think like for the most part, people from Massachusetts know good hip hop.
Yeah.
Like they know their lyricists and like
Yeah.
they know who's bringing good bars and shit.
I feel like East Coast, like we really dissect music. Where like the South, they just kind of like, I don't know, like they make music, but it's more like your popularity in a sense.
I mean, we'll also tell you when you suck too. You
Oh,
know what
yeah.
I mean?
Oh, yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So like when you put your opinion out like that, it definitely like
Like we don't just support everything and anything that comes out of here. Like you need to be good. Like
it makes you gotta know what you're talking about too. You know what I mean? A
I've
little
said
bit.
it a million times, and this sounds corny, but it is true. Is music is in the eye and ear of the beholder.
it's
Truly,
so subjective.
because it exactly, it's subjective. Because like the way I like a certain artist or a certain rapper or a sound is the same way that you like the opposite. But it doesn't mean that. Like, perfect example, everyone always shits on me for liking Drake, right? But just because I think Drake is the GOAT and whatever, well, however I feel about him, I just hate the way people attack each other over music opinions. I think that's basically what I'm getting at, is like, it's in the eye and ear of the beholder. It's what I like, it's what you like, it's what you like, it's what she likes.
Right.
That's the beauty of music, I think. I mean, shit.
Yeah, no, I mean they say all the time like it has no language. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. It's all
universal.
vibes. It's what you feel. Because music, at the end of the day, you feel. You feel that shit in your soul. Like, it's weird. I mean, I guess some people don't, because some people don't have fucking souls. But for the most part, people be feeling that shit in their soul. At least I do. You know, I connect. Music is heavy about, like, me, who I am as a person. Like, I don't know where I would be without so many albums, artists, singers, like, they get you through points in your life. They remind you of good times, remind you of bad times. Like, it's crazy, the power of music, essentially. I ramble a lot, but power of music is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same. You mentioned last week, like when you guys were talking about your favorite albums, I think, or your artists, or whatever one of the favorite ones were. You were saying how an album was your favorite because of like the time in life you were at and the effect it had on you, not even necessarily because of the music.
Yeah,
which I
nothing
think
was the
is-
same. All right, well, if you guys don't have anything else for Philly G, or Philly G, you don't have anything else you want to chime in, we can put a cap on music and roll into our normal scheduled program.
Yeah, why don't you give the people a plug real quick
Yeah,
where they
plug
can
in.
find you and all that shit.
Plug in.
Philly G at Philly G 100. That's on Instagram. I think all my socials Philly G 100. I think
I mean,
Two L's, one L. Spell it out for them.
PHILLYG 100.
gang.
I'll
Yeah,
have all that shit in the description. and
Yeah,
whatnot.
definitely. We'll plug all that in for you guys listening. It is, like, I searched you on Apple Music. You were the first person that came up as Philly
Yeah,
G.
Philly
for what
G on
that's worth.
Spotify.
So he's not hard to find. And when you guys go do your YouTube search on Philly G, subscribe, like, share. And again, if you guys make music, if you're local, if you're not local, just, reach out to the man. I'm sure you guys can talk music if need be. And with that being said, I think we'll jump into some threads, yeah?
How long Reddit been a thing?
Long time now.
Oh, long.
I just heard about Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit.
Recently, like the last couple of years.
You can find a lot on Reddit, dude. You really can. Like,
Reddit was one of the first like forum, not first, but like they were one of the original like forum sites.
Really?
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
all it
always
is.
thought that was Tumblr for some reason.
I mean, it's all in like the same vein, but
Same
Reddit's been
ballpark.
around at least, I think they had their like 20-year anniversary like a couple of years ago.
You can always trust
been
on
around.
Reddit for and pretty much anything from foul shit like we read on here to you need advice on how to do something, how to fix something. I don't know. It stretches on here. So
I'm gonna take
without
that person
further
all the way.
ado, all right. So this one is the vehicle I was following disappeared. A few months ago, I was driving to work. I was following another vehicle in front of me. I remember the exact model, a brown. I don't even know how to say it because they're in France, so they got some different kind of
Peugeot?
car. Yes, that's it.
There you go,
Okay,
buddy.
Vinny, period.
I was.
How we do.
There you go. I was following at a reasonable distance, about 100 meters or so. About 50 meters before T junction, the road forms a crest which you have no visibility. The partner passed the crest about 2 seconds before me, and when it was my turn to go over it, it had disappeared. I stopped at the intersection about 50 meters along the crest, and I couldn't find the car anywhere. There were two houses around me, one on each side of the road, but the driveways were clearly visible from my position and the vehicle was not there. The intersection where it formed a T with one road going to the right and the other one to the left. Both roads were straight for about 500 meters, and pretty much at the top of the crest I had a perfect view of both straight lines. It would have been impossible for this vehicle I was following to have covered 500 meters in 2 seconds. I lost sight of it. The vehicle was also not parked in the driveways of the two houses around. I did consider the possibility of an accident where the partner would have driven straight ahead, but right in front of the intersection was a large field of grass and there was no trace of the vehicle in there either. There were no roads or paths the car could have turned onto. To this day, I don't understand what happened to that vehicle. What do you guys think? A number of things could have really happened.
Yeah, I don't know if I think
But-
this one's a glitch either.
I don't know, dude, because
I think that's a glitch.
it's just one of them ones where it's like when you see something like that happen and you don't physically see the explanation for it, like it's too black and white for anything to be smudged. Like that's why I believe in these kind of things. But what do you think, Philly G? Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is I only say that because it's like I'll be smacked in the car smoking and driving, and I swear, like, it's nothing but glitches. Like,
Yeah, because you disassociate
Crib,
while
like-
you drive. You don't
You do.
realize
Yeah,
how much
exactly.
you do. So then when you come back, you're like, wait. Like sometimes you'll be like, wait, did I run that red light? Because you disassociate so much because it's such muscle like memory.
That's how I got into my car accident. Because I'm first thing in the morning driving out of Winthrop, and just you're so used to, you know, the road, you know every bump and crevice and every street you're driving by, so you just get kind of like, you know what I mean? Boom, hit a parked car going like 40.
shit.
Yeah, it was wild. But all right, so debunked, bunch of bullshit. Say less.
I want to hear one of these where like there's a fucking wormhole in their backyard. That's what I want to hear.
I believe in that shit, though.
I
Like,
do
all
too.
that weird glitch shit.
I do too.
I've seen it. I said it on the pod. I don't. It wasn't last week. I think it might have been
Couple
a
weeks
week
before.
with Phil, the other Phil. No, I seen the bird, and I've seen videos of it online. Dude.
I saw the episode.
Yeah,
You're
that's
talking
right.
about
The bird, yo,
so
I've
I
seen
do
it,
know
bro.
your story, and I believe you. You know, that's the thing. I
I'm
believe
telling you,
I do believe you.
like I'm not chasing clout. You know what I mean? Like I seen that shit
thoroughly
happen.
believes
Like,
it. Yeah.
I seen it. There's no way it could have just like the wind's blowing around and the thing just like unless that was like a drone that looked like a bird type
I
shit.
wouldn't be
I don't know.
surprised. You know what they say about the pigeons?
Birds aren't real.
Pigeon, yeah.
They're all
See?
spies.
And I just told you earlier, I never trust a bird.
Yeah, the pigeons.
I don't trust birds.
Especially them Boston pigeons, bro. They be all up in your business when you're out in town, bro. All up in your business. They ride the trains, everything.
Sometimes
Watch
they'll
out.
follow you too.
Watch
so
out.
I don't like birds either.
Yeah, birds
I
are
hate birds. I'm sorry. And
dinosaurs.
he loves
dude.
owls, and I think they're like
love
the
owls.
worst bird out of all birds.
Owls, hawks, and eagles are the only cool birds.
I
Hot
gotta
take.
pull up mine.
Nothing should be able to turn its head like that. It's just like unnatural to me.
What about UFOs? Do those count as glitches, or is that a whole nother category?
I don't know, but we could talk about it.
Yeah, we can totally talk about that.
I believe in them.
I wouldn't say that's a glitch.
I believe in them
But-
wholeheartedly. Like, but I think a lot of people, like, when they think UFO, they, like, immediately think, like, oh, like a spaceship. Like, no, like, it's literally, like, an unidentified, like, flying object. Like, you're like, what the fuck is that?
I seen some weird shit.
Yeah.
You seen you?
That's why I believe
Sober?
everything.
All right.
You know, it's
What'd
like,
you- what'd you
see?
Sober?
Yeah, what'd you
facts.
see?
So like it's crazy because I don't feel that crazy saying it because I was with my girlfriend and she was the one who pointed it out to me.
Okay.
But we were driving back from New York and we were just like passing. We were in Rhode Island, like about to be out of Rhode Island into Massachusetts. What's that?
That bridge?
Nah, like that. When you, is it Pawtucket?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So like we're driving through there, that area, and we're on the highway, and we're driving back from New York, so we're both pretty tired or whatever, and just over it. And yeah, we were smoking. I don't think we were smoking at the time. We were smoking throughout the ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like
Smacked, but you were like the calm down.
Yeah, so I was lit, but like, regardless, she's like, "Yo, do you see that?" I'm just like driving on the highway. She's like, "Yo, do you see that?" I'm like, "See what?" And then she's like, "That thing, like in the sky, like coming kind of towards us." And I was like, "Yeah, I see it." And then it was like it was all really fast, like it was really weird. It was a weird looking thing, like it looked like a fucking spaceship, like and there was like a big white light, like
Yo,
it
you
wasn't like a
deadass
flying
saw-
saucer. It wasn't a flying saucer. That was the thing. It was like a weird shaped,
Like
Like
intergalactic type of
some-
shit.
some awkward
How,
shaped ship. Like
how
I think
big was it?
honestly like was this shaped, not like it was like a vertical type.
Damn.
Thing.
Like the monoliths.
Octopus.
Stop.
Have you guys seen those videos of the fucking octopus UAV in Iraq and shit?
Nah.
I'll put it up when I edit it. I'll put it up. Hang on, I just gotta show you this.
But it
Wow.
had this like super bright white light on it.
And
Like,
most people say
And
they
this was during the
describe-
night or the day?
this was probably night.
Night.
Probably night.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Honestly,
Yeah, you saw some shit, brother.
no. It was like light time.
Like-
it was light enough to see because I
Like
just remember.
nightfall.
Yeah, like the light was blinding. Like it was like a bright ass fucking light.
Was it
Yeah.
low?
And it was pretty low.
That's crazy.
And I was like mad tired. It's so funny because like she was like making a huge deal about it, and I was not hearing it. Even though I saw it, I was like not having it because I was so over the just
over it.
it took us like 5 hours to get back from New York because of traffic. But so I was like not really trying to entertain it. But like the next day, I was like, yeah, like I just want to tell you like I actually saw it,
Yeah,
that shit,
that's
and I don't know
insane,
what
dude.
the fuck that was.
That's
I just
insane.
couldn't deal with it at the time. But like I really am freaked out by what the fuck that was.
What do you got?
So this thing they caught on a military camera flying around, and it didn't give off any like, give off any like heat signatures. It was flying
Nothing?
about 10, 20 feet above the ground, and they tracked it for like a wicked long
And
time.
then what,
See,
it just disappeared?
I forget. I'll have to refresh myself with the story, but
Goddamn. UFO jellyfish?
yeah, and that was in like the middle of the night.
Bruh.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, that's...
Whoa.
So that was from Jeremy Corbell. He's like one of the leading ufologists.
How big is it?
I think that was, they said,
Because this shit was big as shit.
was it? Then it definitely wasn't something
You
like
saw
that.
a whole ass command base, bro.
No,
Like
it was
some Star
definitely.
Trek
It wasn't
shit.
the command base. It was definitely like something that got sent from the command
Little,
base.
yeah.
A little,
Little capsule ship type.
little drone.
Yeah.
It was bigger than the
Damn, dude, that's crazy. Oh,
Dude, I believe in that shit. I don't know what it is they are, but I totally believe in that shit. Did I miss, like, what happened? Like, did it take off? Did you drive past it? Like, what actually?
Nah, it just like went over our heads. Like we were coming towards each other. And, like
And it just cruised over you?
Yeah,
How high would you say it was?
not that high. Dude.
Not that high?
Not that high.
Like,
That's
sketchy low?
scary.
like, could you throw a ball, like a baseball up to hit it low, or?
Like if you were really good at throwing.
Oh shit.
I couldn't.
So if it was like a plane, you'd be like, shit, that's wicked fucking low. Like, something's wrong there.
lower than a plane.
Yeah, like
Wow.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, that would trip me the fuck out.
I don't
dude.
mean like a plane. Like, you know when you're driving by an airport, you see a plane coming
Yeah,
in.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that's kind of low. Like,
Yeah.
It was weird because like nobody like there was no accidents when it happened. You know, there was other people on the road.
Right.
Right.
And it was like you don't know because we're not talking to them, but like,
Right.
everybody just kept it pushing. You know.
Yeah, business
So,
as usual.
like, so it makes you feel like I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it either. Like,
Right.
You know, like
That's funny.
I'm not about to pull over and
Get
I
beamed
love
up.
that.
yeah, exactly. Have my
Yeah.
Independence Day moment.
Get probed.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for dating my bestie's husband after she left him for a woman?
Whoa.
That's a situation shit.
Am I an asshole for a date? Say it again.
So it's titled, Am I the asshole for dating my bestie's husband after she left him for a woman?
Okay.
So here we go.
Wow.
I, Melody, 25 female, have been friends with Wyatt, 25 male, since first grade. I became best friends with Shay, 28 female, a few years later. I set the two of them up because Wyatt liked Shay. We'll keep the story short. They were on and off a lot when we were younger. I think Wyatt was like 15 or 14 when they started dating. They graduated, got married, then they adopted a baby. Well, Shay cheated on Wyatt like twice by this point. Then Shay let her cousin and cousin's girlfriend move in with them. Well, Shay and Kay became really close, and the cousin eventually moves out. Kay, however, does not. Wyatt eventually catches Shay cheating on him yet again and leaves. I help Wyatt move out and help him get a job with me making good money. Shay is now dating Kay. I am really trying hard to remain neutral at this point. Shay ends up pushing me away as a friend because she was paranoid that I was telling Wyatt all of her business. Shay also didn't hang out with me as much because Kay didn't like how close we were as friends. I was left spending more time with Wyatt. This is where I ask, am I the asshole? I had a crush on Wyatt when we were in elementary school, and he didn't reciprocate those feelings. I buried those feelings deep down inside myself and forgot about them. This is until about 3 months after they split up. Wyatt started flirting with me and didn't pick up on this right away. Well, while we were drinking one night, and he confessed that he liked me. I didn't know how to feel about it at the time. I told him I needed to think about it. Shay and I are minimal contact at this point, so I decided to give him a chance. We click really well, and I really like him. Am I the asshole for dating my bestie's husband after she left him for a woman?
Bro, they're all assholes in that situation.
That's
and
a
it's like,
situation
why are
shit.
you setting up somebody with somebody that you like? Like, that's just weird.
To be fair,
That's
though,
weird.
the girl, like, distanced her friendship from her, so at that point, it's, like, almost fair game.
Yeah. Me personally, like, looking at it from a girl situation, like, there's no girl code because we're not friends anymore. So, like, if we were still friends, then no. Off limits. But we're not friends anymore, so fair game.
It sounds like everyone's just like swapping spouses in that house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like inevitable.
Yeah, you're keeping it in the family right there. You know? I don't know. It's funny how people just move, like, I don't know. I've always been and always will stand on the guy code. Like, I don't give a fuck if Philly G fucked a chick 13 years ago and he had a feelings for her. I'm not hitting, bro. I'm sorry. That's just the bro code. You don't break the bro code, bro. Especially when it's actually a girlfriend, ex-fiance, ex-wife.
I heard cousin in there.
Cousin.
True,
It's just like, there's just too much
yeah, a lot of
intertwined.
titles. A lot of titles.
I'm just saying.
Shit.
Keeping
But
it.
I'd be like, damn, like, she left you for a woman? Like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
Someone's fucking up.
My dad knows what that feels like.
Damn, that's shady. You're being so messy right now.
Why you gotta do that?
I had to. All right, I think, one more. You have a thread for us too now?
Hang on. Should I leave that in?
Yeah,
Okay.
leave it in,
All
bro.
right.
Do we not get raw here? Do we?
I don't know how much of your family business
Dude,
you want to put out there. I'm
As
just
I
saying.
said
Open
before, this is my safe space to say whatever the fuck I want on my podcast, and whoever doesn't like it, skip over.
Can move the
There's
fuck
a
on.
15-second clip of me throwing shade. I'm sorry, somebody has to do it. I'm not saying any names, but Dad. All right, here's just a question for everybody. If you had to fight your clone, do you think you'd win? He's
Wait, I counter that. Do you think you could beat up your teenage self?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't think
Yeah, I could beat my teenage self.
Unless
up.
I sat on
Teenage
myself.
me was
I'm
savage.
whooping that little nigga's ass. Oh my god.
What about your clone now, though? That's the real question.
Clone
Oh,
now?
yeah, like,
I don't know.
One of us is getting hurt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was about to say we're both getting severely injured.
technically,
like,
you win either way because you're fighting yourself.
It's funny you say that because I was looking at the opposite way. Like either way, it's a losing. But you either got your
like
ass
is it
kicked
mirrored or
you
like
kicked
do they
your-
have their own like mind?
See,
and like,
it's not a lose-lose. It's more of a win-win, huh?
I guess.
Yeah.
You're fighting yourself.
Yeah.
No matter what, somebody's gonna win, and it's still you who's winning.
I mean, like physically, like not hurt by getting hit by myself, but like what me or myself is gonna like pull a muscle. Like, that's what I mean. Like,
You're running out of ACLs, Phil.
Yeah,
like,
you certainly
I
don't.
have so many sports injuries. Like,
Yeah.
so many. Like my Achilles is just the beginning of the list.
That's crazy.
That's-
The Achilles.
The fact that you ripped both.
Yeah.
No, obviously not at the same
that's
time. But
crazy though. I've never broken a bone a day in my life.
I have one bone. I broke
Never.
my arm, but
Snap my thumb in half.
I
That's
broke
crazy.
a big toe. You ever break a toe?
Of course.
I just think of the
Most
Moody's
of them.
Point.
The worst, dude. Oh, dude. When I broke my big toe, I literally couldn't walk.
Stop.
It was in summertime too. I couldn't do nothing.
Your
bro.
big toes for balance.
Yeah, I was pretty off balance
Yeah, the big
for
toe
a little
sucks.
bit.
Oh hell no.
I think I could kick my own ass.
You think so, Vinny?
I mean, if I didn't, I would.
I'm tuning myself up. Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I think I'd put up a fair fight because, like, I'm not a fair fighter. So,
Well, the
like,
thing that's
I don't know
tough-
what my other self is gonna.
Right.
Nah, but you do
Unleash.
though because you know how you fight and you're fighting yourself. So
what
it
I'm
might
saying.
almost be counterproductive because you know you're gonna know and your other you is gonna know what you're doing. Sorry, a lot of titles again. My bad.
No, it's true. Yeah, the fight with myself wouldn't go very far.
He'd be like, "Fuck this! I just want to smoke a blunt."
I just know my younger self would beat my older ass. Like, I just know it.
I weighed
know it.
210 pounds in high school, so I'd probably just sit on myself. Because I'm like 170 and 150, 60 now.
I never weighed over $130 in my life. I'm not even $130 now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because I was shaped like a grape. I have
You got a
another.
thread?
I have another. Am I the asshole?
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Am I the asshole for asking them to turn down the music at every restaurant I eat at? And the explanation was that she wants to eat in like peace. We
Like,
don't need
turn
to
it
read-
down or turn it off.
So she
was
wants to
turn it
hear
down.
forks clinking the whole dinner.
Yeah, her argument was
You know,
that
but
she's there to like eat in peace, and I would.
it's double sided because, like,
It
I don't
depends
know
the
what
kind of
restaurant
music.
we went to, but there was one that we went to where I felt like we were literally yelling. And I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I have a headache
Yeah.
just from like trying to converse with my man on a date night.
And I
Like,
should add, she said it not live music. She
Yeah,
was like, I'm not crazy enough to ask a live performance
Yeah.
to tone it
You
down.
look like Philly G. Hey, can you rap a little softer? I'm trying
no
to eat my
problem.
chicken palm.
We're waiting for somebody to ask me.
Yeah, no, I think it's a bold move to dictate the volume for a restaurant full of people.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on like the kind of music too. Like, you can't be in an intimate setting and be listening to Slipknot. You know, that just doesn't. Especially when it's like you feel like you're yelling over the music. That's no good.
But if you're going to like a lounge type of restaurant, then expect loud music. But if I'm like sitting at like Applebee's, like, why do you have that shit on 70?
Well, you know what I
Like,
hate more than anything is being in a restaurant where there isn't music. Like, if I have to hear someone's fucking butter knife, steak knife scraping off the bottom of their plate while I eat my dinner, I'm gonna fucking bug out.
Seriously.
You know?
Yeah.
That's sensory issues, my love.
Well, that's annoying. Imagine the whole dining room full of.
I don't pay
Like,
attention
no
to
thanks.
shit like that.
Yeah, I'm neutral on this one for sure. Could go either
Go
way.
either way.
enough.
Depends on the
I feel
scenario.
like I would ask.
And the day.
Situational,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would ask.
If I was to blanket statement it, I'd say don't touch the fucking radio.
But you also have to be wary at like the staff of what the volume's at, because obviously the more people you have in the dining room, the louder it's gonna get. So you have to
Right.
have that balance of music to like dining room chatter.
Hey, who doesn't like some dining room chatter?
That's all I know, bro.
Me,
I'm
I
fucking
love that
chef- I'm a
stuff.
fucking
I'm
chef.
such an eavesdropper. Like, turn that shit down. I'm trying to.
I know,
These people
right?
are about to break up right now. Like, I'm trying to listen to this.
Well, no, what I hated was when I was a chef at the Chart House, their expo station is in the dining room. So I'm expoing
In front of people.
in front of people, but not only do I have to deal with, you know, the sounds of the people, and the music and the sound of the kitchen while I'm trying to communicate through a window this big,
yeah.
Yeah.
was not easy. So there's been times where like I didn't say nothing to nobody. I would just go like turn the music down a little bit because I need to be able to communicate with my kitchen staff.
Hey, that's different.
You know?
You're not a
Yeah.
you're not a patron seeking out an environment.
Nah, I would never do that.
You know
I
what
would
I mean?
Just leave.
Like, I'm gonna go out to eat and tell them how we do it at my house.
You know what I will
Bitch,
do?
go the fuck home and turn off the music, though.
I will ask you to change the channel though. Like we went out one night and the Celtics were on.
That
and
was so
UFC
fucked
was
up.
on, and it was the night that
Yeah,
Derek
that's
Lewis
way
fought.
more normal.
Yeah.
Way more knowledge.
You need to
Yeah,
put
yeah,
that
for sure.
game on over here.
Yeah.
Literally,
Facts.
all the TVs had the game on except for ours in view.
I'm like,
Playing
excuse
fucking
me,
hockey.
you need
We're
to put
like,
the Celtics on. We're literally on the verge of a championship.
That's
and you got me
literally why we're
watching
here.
Derek Lewis's fat ass with his balls sweating and headbutting people, and I'm trying to watch some ballers right now. But I don't have any more threads, so we're going to transition here to some would you rathers. Would you rather gamble or invest? Now, hear me out before you guys answer. Gambling, obviously, yeah, you could lose, right? You could lose with investing too, right? But the gamble could pay off quicker than an investment can. You know what I mean? Like, you go gamble, you play blackjack, and you hit 50 grand, or you invest $1,000 into a stock or some sort of investment. It might take you 6 years to make 50 grand. So, would you rather invest or gamble? I would rather gamble. I want to take the chance and hit big now than invest and wait 20 years to see a result, personally.
What are you picking, Philly
See, your
Jays? What are you
pondering
picking?
thoughts, dude.
I don't know. It's like half of me is like, bet that money.
Risk it all.
Yeah, but you know, we're trying to live differently.
Right. Yeah. Well, people say like, "Oh, you can never go wrong investing," but like you can, because you can invest in
Ponzi
stocks and
schemes.
lose all your money, and you know what I mean.
Nah, facts. Nah, I'm keeping it 100. Let's gamble that shit.
I'm
I
not
like it.
gambling. I'm
Risk it.
Gotta
investing.
risk it to
Risk
get the
it.
biscuit.
Let's get for the biscuit. Facts.
I hate
You're
gambling.
betting, you're
and
gambling?
We're
Yeah.
gambling.
You're not
I
gambling.
hate gambling. Like
so much fun.
even just $20 gone at the casino, I'm livid.
I hate how
Like, I'm
it goes
livid.
with a quickness. It goes with a quickness.
That's
like you go in there with $100,
disgusting to
like
me.
cool, I'm gonna be here 2-3 hours, dude. I've lost $100 in literally like less than 2 minutes.
Have you been to Encore
Absolutely
yet?
not.
Have you guys gone to Encore
a
at all?
million times?
Too many times to count.
Million
Yeah.
times.
Their blackjack minimums are 25.
No.
Four hands
Yeah.
of blackjack's gonna
Yep.
cost you $100.
Honestly, I play the electronic blackjack when I go.
Yeah, I've done that
I just
too.
go to the machine.
Yeah.
Little, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fun. I got one for Phil specifically.
Do it up.
Let's hear it.
Would you rather only listen to your own music?
Yes.
Great.
Say less.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that the support's real. I
Listening
like
to
that.
my own
Believe
shit
in
is
yourself.
definitely. It's like anything you do. You know. It's like you put time into something, you want to enjoy it. Yeah. Nobody likes my music more than I do.
That's a good
Fair
answer.
play.
For
Good
sure.
answer.
You know. Which is kind of sounds like
No, that's the way it
sounds
should.
like whatever it
No,
sounds like.
I mean,
but
what? Why would someone listen to your music if you're not going to listen to your own
Right.
music? You know what I mean?
yeah.
It was the same shit when we were shooting the music videos for you. You know what I mean? Like I always thought they were good, but if I didn't think they were good, no one else would watch them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got sweetheart.
I got. Would you rather be the firstborn or the lastborn in your
Oh,
family?
firstborn. Firstborn gets all the love.
Lastborn.
I'm
I'm picking
I'm
last.
also gonna pick last too. I feel
Really?
like firstborn gets all the experiments.
Yeah.
You
I'm
get
the oldest, so I don't know.
You get the winging it parent. They don't know shit. Like, fuck that. No. I want to be the baby where I get to do whatever the fuck I want. And I don't, you know what? The oldest always has like all the responsibility. Like,
Are
they
you
end up with
guys?
all that shit.
Do you have siblings? You guys?
I do, yeah.
I do.
I have a little sister who's 24.
Yeah, I got a brother. He's older.
Older? So you're the youngest.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
not
the
the
oldest.
oldest.
I'm the oldest. Me and my sister are 15 years apart.
And I'm the oldest grandchild on both sides of the fam, too.
I'm the youngest.
Oh,
You're the youngest?
You're a baby.
But how old? I meant to ask you that. How old are you? Because you were talking time frames and spans. I was like, I wonder.
I'm 34 now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I so yeah.
How many
That's
siblings do you
crazy.
have?
One.
Just one?
Yeah. She's older now.
I have another really. I have a really good. Damn, you don't want to throw shade at your family like me, bro? Come on, this is high level shit.
Oh yeah.
And it's your sibling. You're supposed to shit on your siblings.
But I have another really good brain busting here. Would you rather always know the exact right thing to say, or always know the exact right thing to do?
Definitely do.
It's a good one.
I would pick the.
Well, I mean, I think we would, but it's also don't underestimate the power of knowing the right thing to say, because saying the right things can put you in the right situations too, as opposed to just doing.
I completely agree, but my thought immediately went to actions speak louder than words.
Right.
That's
Of
like
course.
That's what I was
gut
thinking.
reaction.
Of course,
is what I
yeah.
thought.
Of course, always. 10 out of 10 times.
I'm picking doing.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm gonna go do, but it would be nice to know what to say.
Because sometimes,
Wouldn't it?
yeah, being in those situations, sometimes, especially the awkward ones, you're like, fuck, what do I say now to not make this? There's nothing worse than a fucking awkward standoff conversation type shit. But you're like, okay, I don't know how to transition this conversation now, so I'm going to say something random.
I got another one. So I'm gonna ask this. Just take Ryan and Carson. Like, don't think about them right now.
Okay. Those are my sons that she's talking about.
So, would you rather have your first child before you are even 16 or when you're over the age of 50?
I don't know how I'm supposed to plug myself out of that equation, but obviously I'm going with over 50 because I did it way young. I was 18 when my first
So
kid
you
was
do
born,
it over
so.
50? It says or over 50. Under 16 or over 50.
I'm not doing it under 16. That's crazy. I'm doing it over 50 every time.
I'd rather do it under.
I'm doing
I
it
would
under.
too. Me too.
Well, I already did the under. Well, not under. I mean, I did 18, but still, I already played that role.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play a different one.
True. You
50's
want to
old.
It is.
That's
old.
what I'm saying. I'm looking at my dad with
you
my
take care of
13-year-old
yourself,
sister.
it's
I'm
not
like,
that
hell
old.
no. Hell
Dog,
no.
I take care of myself, and I'm not gonna be able to hoop with my kids. And I literally am the type of person I like watch what I'm eating. I go to the gym all the time. I go for runs on top of hooping all the time. So I was like kind of into health and keeping myself fit for that type of That's funny because I always thought about like when I have a kid, I want to be able to bust his ass until he's 25. You know, like
Right.
he's gotta like
Yep.
grow up losing. Having said
Builds
that,
character.
bro, like I'm not gonna have anything left by the time I'm 50. And then my body, like,
To be real,
keep tearing shit.
me too. Dead ass. I'm not in the greatest health. I have 2 bad knees. Fucking.
I mean,
I can't breathe for shit.
dude, you say.
Vapor.
I mean, you'll be the first to say you had kids young, but I am definitely a little bit envious because, like Phil said, dude, like you're gonna be a young buck when your kids are old.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Like
But what sucks for me, not to cut you off, just to throw out there is, but now all my kids are, my oldest is 10, my youngest is 4, but all my friends are just now, most of them are just now having kids, so it's cool that I got that head start because I'm going to be that young parent, but it also sucks that when you have kids, right, you have this vision of like, oh, I'm going to have kids at a certain age and all my friends are too, and now my best
kids
friend's
are gonna be
kids, and yeah, they're going to
friends.
grow up together and all, and like, to not have that be a reality, which obviously it was far-fetched off rip anyways, but it just sucks to be that person who got the head start over all my friends because now by the time my friends' kids are old enough to like have friends, my kids are going to be teenagers and preteen and
yeah, but
you
their
know.
kids are gonna be changing their diapers.
Yeah, they're going to be the
Diapers.
babysitters.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
I'm
kinda
picking under
Yeah,
under
I'm similar. Like
16,
I want to
honestly.
have some life in me when my kid is old enough to do shit.
No doubt. I see it. And did you have another? Did you have more? That was it? That's it?
I'm
You
good.
don't have a would you rather?
No.
Nah, you usually don't. Nah, it's not you. That ain't you.
That's all
Sometimes
right.
I do. Sometimes I do.
And Vinny be coming out with the
I
good
know.
ones, too.
I got to bust balls a little bit. You know the vibes. But, all right. Well, guys, thank you very much, everyone who tuned in to the episode this week. Again, episode 18, guys. We're fucking flying through. I can't wait to hit that 20 milestone. I don't know why 20 is not that big of a deal, but just to keep running it up has been fun. If you guys made it this far, we are the High Level Podcast. You can find us on YouTube. If you are a listener of the pod, you're not a watcher of the pod, you can find us on Apple Pods, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, TuneIn Radio. There's more. You name it, we're on it.
Something radio.
Yeah, right.
Again, I want to say thank you to Philly G for coming out, man, and just talking a little bit with us musically. I think you're fire as fuck. I hope everyone who tunes in goes and looks up Philly
Yep.
G because you guys won't be
Anticipating
sorry.
that
A lot of
project.
different vibes, a lot of different styles of music, and especially with this new project he has coming out mid-August. We don't know the date yet, so stay tuned. And Vinny, I'll let you walk it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you do look up Phil's music, which you absolutely should, I think it's probably fair to point out the song "Come to Me" is probably the closest to what the new releases will be like, and is
Yes.
the newest style I think that I could find. Correct me if I'm wrong, Phil.
No, that's pretty spot on.
Yeah, so if you are looking to see what he's been up to currently before mid-August, and even if you're not looking at it in mid-August, you should definitely stream that fucking song because it is
100%
so
vibe,
sick.
guys. Summer
Vibe.
vibe, summer vibe. And I just want to throw out there, real quick, for all the listeners who are probably looking at this episode right now and they see something different. Yes, you see all three of your hosts on the show today. You guys can expect that to be coming more often than not these days. I think it's important to the show and to the people listening to really get the full scope of what we're capable as a team. And I also forgot, I got to plug in the IG, guys. Go follow us on Instagram. That's a pretty good platform that we've been getting some good traction on, so help us out there. Instagram at The High Level Podcast. Again, when you go to YouTube and any of these platforms, please subscribe to the channel. Please share. Please like. Please comment. We love the interaction. And again, episode 18. We'll catch you guys next week for 19. Shout out Philly G. Love, peace, chicken grease, motherfuckers.